Wonderful day. We were up at Lake Mungo. And that Japanese guy was working with the Lachi, Muddy and Barkindji people, the women of that group in particular. And they had got their kids and grandkids, nieces and nephews to work with this Japanese fellow to harvest Panicum decompositum. They harvested it by hand. We're grinding it into flour here. The grain, that grain was growing on the sand dunes of Lake Mungo in pure sand with only the available moisture that the continent can provide. And we made that into flour. The kids and the Japanese guy designed these solar ovens. This is the precious sand of Lake Mungo here. If you've never been there, you've got to go. That's an Australian duty. And the kids were all excited. Too much red cordial probably. But everyone, when these loaves came out of the oven, everyone was bawling. It was such a big day in Australian history. It's unrecorded at the moment, but it was a huge day in Australian history. Using an available Australian grain, gluten-free, grows in sand, doesn't need any more water than the continent provide, and here we are with loaves of bread. Now, 40% of that bread is white McAlpin flour. The rest of it is Panicum decompositum. It's still risen, it's still beautiful, and you could smell it from 100 metres away. It's a beautiful food. This is a real health food. We can't produce enough of it at the moment to even give one restaurant enough because we're experimenting with cooking it ourselves. Our houses smell of this grain and kangaroo grass, which is even more aromatic. But we're harvesting this summer down at Malakuta, up at Cooma, various other places where we've got sites where we can harvest kangaroo grass and Panicum decompositum. I was in Adelaide yesterday talking about this stuff, and some of the grass scientists come up to me and they were scoffing about the kangaroo grass. They said it's got such a small seed, so hard to extract from the plant. Why are you bothering? Well, we're bothering because it grows everywhere. The old people weren't daunted by it. They had a way of releasing the grain. They had a way of turning it into flour. We have to find that way. These are people who were earth scientists, and they worked it out. We have to find the solution to it and not scoff at the old science.